Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of COE, Champion Over Everything. Today, I have a very special guest, and we're doing some special episodes in November to just kind of share the journeys and the stories with small business owners. So today, the young lady that I have with me, she hails from Natchez, Mississippi, but currently resides in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. She is a graduate from the University of Southern Mississippi. She was able to obtain a master's degree from the University of Phoenix. She is the co-founder of an amazing organization, Life Support Cares. And now she has ventured out as well in creating her own business. And this is an amazing business because it deals with what I have. Tots. I have a tot around the house. So this is amazing to have her. Her business is Trendi Tots LLC. I have with me Miss Jamelia Martin. Jamelia, welcome. How you doing?
Hi,
How you doing today?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we like to start off our shows by putting you on the podium. Simply, that is you sharing your champion story. So I will give you the platform to share your story.
Oh, my champion story. I can honestly say my champion story is still being written. I have to champion things daily. And I don't think my story is over. I still think that I'm working on my story, but eventually I will have a huge story to tell and can share it with the world. But I mean, I think that I encounter a lot of adversity, and sometimes I know I've had friends to tell me, "Girl,
Hmm.
if people didn't know you, they would swear that this was a story from a soap opera or something." Because it's just strange how things go in my life. But I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with a lot of things, and most recently, I just dealt with losing myself.
Hmm.
Discovering that I lost myself rather. And I just kind of had an epiphany. I was on the highway. I had to go see my dad. He had to have an emergency surgery. And normally I'm driving on the highway and I'm speaking on the phone with someone. But this time I was just kind of like listening to music and just zoning out. And it was just like an aha moment. And all of a sudden, my ambition just fell back into my heart. Like I just felt like my old self, and I was just like, "Girl, you're a boss. You've been going around here, losing yourself. You didn't know where you were for a minute, but you're back now." And I just think that for a parent, sometimes you get so consumed with the monotony of daily tasks, and you just pour yourself into your children so much that you literally lose who you are. And so I'm just grateful that I have found myself. I have that ambition that I once had back. I have just a drive and a joy, and I'm just excited to see, where things are going to go since I finally found myself. So yeah, that's my most recent snippet of my champion story that's still being written.
That's amazing. And I feel that that is also inspiring because I know, it's hard to be a parent for one when you have so many other challenges going on. And I'm sure being a business owner on top of being a parent, on top of
Absolutely.
finding yourself, I think it's powerful because you were able to get into that realization. You were able to put the mirror in front of your face. So I'm inspired already just by you sharing just that small little bit, and I know that others will be. So thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So tell us a little bit about your business concept and how you got started. What was your mission when you founded Trendi Tots?
Well, a little bit about Trendi Tots. We are an online clothing store for children, and the original concept is still in the works. I can't really share too much of it because it's being trademarked. So until it's completely trademarked, I can't share the original concept as much as I would like to. However, it came from my oldest daughter, who is 5. Her name is Gabrielle, and I kept running into a few issues when it came to her clothing. And so after a while, I was just like, you know what? They should have this. And so with trying to, find clothing that was reasonably priced and cute for my daughter, I just decided, instead of sitting here going out and paying someone else to get something that you need, why not do it yourself? And so I just decided to do it myself. And I actually ended up working with the Small Business Association at the University of Southern Mississippi, and they've been kind of backing me on some things and helping me with business plans and things of that nature. But so right now we offer a variety of, I'll say, I don't want to say well priced, but inexpensive but fashionable children's clothing. And I'm still working on the original concept, but when I do drop that original concept, it's gonna be something so awesome. And I know a lot of other parents will really need it the same way that I did and still do. So
Yeah, I actually went on your website looking, and I know it's a cute jumpsuit. It's kind of tie-dye. And I was gonna order for my 2-year-old, and it was out of stock. Oh, I was like, wow. So I'm waiting.
That was a favorite.
And so whenever you get some of those back in, holler at your boy, let me know, because we will definitely support you in getting one of those jumpsuits, because I like it. And then the red jumpsuit for the young men too. So I mean, you have a lot of different outfits that's out there. Like you said, they're inexpensive, they're cute, they look good, looks like good quality. So I mean, I'm behind you. I'm behind you. So with that, let me ask you this. So are you actually designing, or are you sewing? How are you coming up with the outfits?
I'm actually designing some of them. Majority of the ones that I currently have on my site will work. I have a vendor partner that I work with to obtain those. But like I said, with the original concept, yeah, I'm definitely designing them. I sew a little bit, but I'm not as great at sewing as I would like to. So I have a team that is assisting me with prototypes and things of that nature. But right now, with the items that I have on my site, I do have a vendor that I'm ordering through that I have a partnership with.
Okay, awesome. I kind of want to taste a rabbit real quick, because you mentioned something, and I think a lot of times I actually teach small business. I teach a small business course as well, and my students, they are working on doing their own business plans and live plans. And what I'm finding out is that they don't really realize how important a team is. No man or woman is an island, right? You can't do everything on your own. And you just kind of spoke to that you have a team that are helping you out with some of the concepts. But would you like to elaborate a little bit more on that team dynamic and how important it is?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that a person can be successful on his or her own at all. Like, you're going to need somebody to help you with something, no matter how small it is. So the team that I have behind me, some great people, Miss Rita Mitchell with the Small Business Association, Joan Shelby, he's phenomenal. I mean, just, you have to have some great business-minded people behind you. And not only do they have to be business-minded, but they have to actually believe in your dream just as much as you do. And so you have to have those people behind you that can push you, and they have to be well versed in whatever area it is that you need them in. Like I said, I can't sew. Well, I'm not going to say I can't, but not as good as I need to. But I have a cousin that is phenomenal. Like, she has her own company called Ground Zero that she actually, she does wedding dresses and a whole variety of different items. And so I just said, this concept that I have, I need her on my team. And so I just looked at the people that I had surrounding me, and I looked at their talents. And when I shared my ideas with them, it was just like everything just meshed well. They love the idea, and they are just as excited about it as I am. So it's important to get people around you that can push you forward and can help you in every area that you need them to help you in.
Okay. Let me ask you this: when you began sharing your idea with others, were you kind of hesitant at first that somebody may take your idea because you have a unique idea? I really don't see too many um websites or even boutiques that's designed for kids that are my age. A lot of times it's gonna be for that preteen type, that justice age group, right? So were you kind of hesitant in sharing your dream with others?
Oh yeah, I definitely was and still am hesitant to share it with others. I think the hesitation comes in where anytime that you're starting a new business, it especially dependent upon what type of business it is. Like with the one that I'm doing, um, it's expensive to get prototypes and things of that nature. So if you don't have just an abundance of money, you have to kind of like do one thing at a time and you move at a turtle's pace. So I was kind of hesitant with sharing the idea because I was like, well, if someone has the capital to take the idea and run with it, what's stopping them from doing so? So that's why it's important for me to trademark the idea so that even if someone ends up duplicating it, then I'll still get my share of your duplications. But what I did was I developed my own non-disclosure agreement, and anyone that I wanted to share it with, I had them to sign off on the non-disclosure agreement so that I would be, sure that they wouldn't be able to share the idea with anyone else. And if they do, then guess we'll just have to go to court. But yeah, so I'm careful with who I share it with, and in the event that I want to share it with someone else, I just make sure that I have the proper paperwork before I give them any additional information.
You kind of spoke about capital, right? I know that's a big thing. You spoke about the ideas, you
Mhm.
spoke about trademark, you spoke about non-disclosures. What were some challenges that you had to overcome as you initially started?
One of the challenges I had to overcome was myself.
Wow.
I have a tendency to self sabotage, and I also have a tendency to just allow fear to consume me. And so I had to realize that fear and faith cannot coexist. And I had to get over it. And so
Preach.
yeah, I pray daily and I'm just like, okay, God, allow me to inhale courage and exhale fear because you didn't give me the spirit of fear. That's not what you gave me. So I had to overcome that. And I had to realize, okay, God only operates outside of your comfort zone. So if you're comfortable in it, you can't expect him to move in it. So that was one of the things that I had to overcome. Then, of course, it was, where do I start? Um, I this is my first time being in the fashion industry, so I wasn't aware of where I needed to start. And also, it's so many different concepts to forming a business. People think that, okay, well, once you get your LLC or your EIN, your paperwork through the state, you're good. There's still permits that you have to get. You still have to register with the Department of Revenue. There's surety bonds. It's so many different aspects that I wasn't aware of until I started going through the process. So definitely just having to make sure that the legal portion of the business was intact prior to actually launching the business. And a lot of the things that I've been doing, I've been having to do it myself. So just overcoming each little obstacle and learning how to do different things, because when you start a company, you have to start with doing things by yourself until you get enough capital to be able to pay someone else to do it. So I'm the type of person, if I don't know how to do it, oh, best believe I'm about to try it. And if I just can't get it, then I'll pull someone else in to help me with it. So yeah, I think just the, for lack of better verbiage, the ignorance of not knowing how to fully start a for-profit. Now I know all about the nonprofit world, but not a for-profit. So I just had to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row prior to launching.
Awesome. And that kind of leads me to my next question. You spoke about the for-profit versus a nonprofit. And a lot of businesses, especially big businesses, they are, oftentimes trying to do something in the community to give back and partner in, social events and things like that. But here it is, you got two different platforms, right? You have a for-profit and you also help to co-found a nonprofit. Do you mind elaborating a little bit about how those two kind of meet?
I don't know if there was any, well, yeah, kind of, sort of. So there was, my heart is with my nonprofit organization. So even though, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Trendi Tots as well. However, my my mindset was, okay, make the money with Trendi Tots, funnel it into Life Support Cares. Because like I said, that's where my heart is. My heart, I just absolutely love helping people in any shape, way, form, or fashion. That's it. Literally, I can't even describe the feeling that I get being able to help other people. Because I mean, sometimes I'm just like, Lord, let me win the lottery so I can buy this person a house, that person a house. I just love helping people. I literally have a list of people in my phone and what I want to do for those people. So with Trendi Tots, my idea was, okay, make the money here, funnel it over there, so that can help someone else. So yeah, that's basically what I've been trying to do is funnel money from my for-profit to fund my nonprofit. So yeah, anytime I can do that, that's great.
All right. So because you brought it up and you said that you are, using your for-profit to help with your nonprofit. Your nonprofit is your passion. I see it, and I y'all are doing so many amazing things in the community and helping people. But for those who don't know about Life Support Cares, can you please share about Life Support Cares and what you all do?
So Life Support Cares is a 501c3 certified organization. We assist Forest, Lamar, and Perry counties right now. We provide them with non-perishable foods. Right now, we're focusing only on non-perishable foods. Every now and then we do the household items, but it's usually non-perishable foods, clothing, hygiene items, and household products. Well, with the whole COVID thing, it's kind of been a little hard to incorporate the other programs. So we just focus on the Heart of Thanksgiving, which is our food program. And we assist anyone that's considered low income, whether it's a family, an individual, and we take everything on a case by case basis. We don't always look at your income because we understand that things happen. So if a person comes to us and they're like, hey, yeah, I make this amount, but I had a loved one to die. I had to assist in the burial, so I'm kind of short this month. I need food. Hey, we're gonna help. But so that's what we do. And anyone that gets assistance from us, they can receive assistance 3 times a year, just as long as it's 30 days apart from each other. And right now, we're actually currently accepting applications for our Thanksgiving food boxes. It's gonna be great. So if anyone wants to get in on those Thanksgiving food boxes, they can definitely reach out to us and we can assist them with that.
That's amazing. And this episode is airing the first week in November. So for those who will be listening, those that are watching, I mean, now is a good time to help out somebody else. Don't just think about yourself. Don't just think about your household, but definitely partner with Jamelia, and she will give you her contact information at the end. But it's definitely a good time to do something and be a help to somebody else, because that's what champions do, right? We not only help ourselves, but we help others. All right, Jamelia,
Right.
we coming to the end, unfortunately. I hate it because I feel like you got a
Wow, that
lot
was
more stories.
quick.
You got a few more stories I think that you can share, but I think we need to try to do another episode. What do you think? You think you want to do another episode?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Awesome. So we'll plan to bring Jamelia back on and do another episode. But right now, All right, this is the call to action segment of the show, to where you are able to give a key takeaway, something you want to share with everybody who will be watching and those that are listening. What will be your call to action?
I would just say keep God first. If you can keep God first and just walk in his will, everything else will fall into place. That's the only thing that I can say on that. Just keep God first, walk in his will, and do what makes you happy. We can't always listen to what other people say, because you know we can't expect other people to understand a vision God gave us, because he didn't give it to everyone. He gives it to you. So it's just important to listen to God, do what you need to do, and you have to actually put in the work too, because faith without works is dead. So you have to make sure that you're putting in the work and doing what you're supposed to do, and give God something to work with. Just jump out there on faith and do whatever you deem is necessary. Don't let anyone tell you can't, because sometimes people project their fears off onto you. So whatever's in your heart, jump out there, do it, and just go full throttle. Enjoy it.
Amazing, amazing. All right, so all right, how can we find you? How can people get in contact with, about Trendi Tots? How can people get in contact with you about life support cares? How can people get in contact with you overall?
Okay, so with Trendi Tots, of course, we're on Facebook under Trendi Tots, on Instagram, trendy_tots, or you can go to the website, which is mytrendytots.com. Email us at mytrendytots@gmail.com. So those are all of our handles. With Life Support Cares, our number is 601-225-3574. lifesupportcares.wix.com/life support cares. We're also on Facebook as Life Support Cares and Instagram as Life Support Cares. So yeah, reach out to us, follow us, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Awesome. So everybody, we have had an amazing time with Miss Jamelia Martin. She is one of our champions, and for the month of November, we're highlighting small businesses, and I felt like, we really wanted to kick it off with her because she's doing some amazing things in the for-profit sector as well as the non-profit. Y'all make sure y'all support my sister, all right? Y'all support her throughout the holidays. When you start spending money, you're thinking about the little tots out there that you got to order clothes for. Think about Jamelia first.